Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Thursday morning. It's 3:50 in the AM and it is May 21st. Let me tell you something. That's Fire Marshal Bill, in case you guys didn't pick up on. Never mind. But let me tell you something. I just watched a video that made me, I won't say chuckle out loud, and chuckle mentally because it hit a little too close to home and it was comical yet crazy at the same time. And I'm going to say it hit a little too close to home because it reminded me of a personal situation. I'll get into that in a minute, but this sister said she's done with dating. She said she's done with dating. She went out with a sister. She said she thought the date was going pretty good. You know, they had, I guess, seafood, because she said she had her oyster appetizer and things, and conversation was good. And the person that she went out with was trying to show off her new truck. She says after the date was over, they go to the parking lot, and she noticed the woman start ducking and dodging, like she said, like Little Kim. You know how Little Kim does that dance? That's the first part that made me laugh. She said, so she started ducking and dodging too, because she didn't know what was going on, but she wanted to be safe. So again, I'm chuckling out loud. And then she said she saw a car with the eyebrows. She said, you know, those cyber trucks. Again, I'm laughing. I said, a dude popped out. He says, here you are on that gay shit. She said, I knew he wasn't talking to me because I've been gay for a very long time. Again, funny. Come to find out, the person she's on a date with has a whole dude at home, and she's pregnant. Yeah. Now here's the part that hits close to home. I wasn't doing the Little Kim dance, but person that I was very, very much interested in, who played the role very nicely, had a chick and a dude on the side. Never once mentioned anything. Spent most of the free time with me. Now, I'm a gentlewoman. I'll put it like that, I'll phrase it like that. If I ask you out, I'm paying. So, I had a lot of instances. Like I said, that person spent a lot of time with me. You know how I found out they had a whole ass female and male? It was the first weekend after my mama died. The first weekend, I'm alone. You know, there was some tension between me and family members. So, you know, I'm completely and utterly in this mental and emotional space. And during the time that my mom was sick and transitioning, you know, I adopted the mantra as well with my soul, because I knew my mother lived a good life. You know, I knew my mother was at peace with the Lord, you know, and at some point my sister and I gave her permission to just let go, because she was just fighting to hold on, and there was no quality in that life. You know, so in order for me to cope, I had the mantra, it is well with my soul. So here we are, first week after she passed. You know, I worked the entire week and I'm trying to hold it together mentally and emotionally. And, you know, it's weekend. So it's just me and my thoughts. So I asked this person what they were going to do, and it's like, oh, I got a lot of work to catch up on, this, that, and the other. Okay, I understand. You know, you're a single mom. You know, you had some stuff going on in your personal life that put you under a strain and put you under time constraints. Yeah. Now you found time for lunches, come to find out, with the individual, the female. You had been carrying on conversations with the male for quite some time. And so much so you considered it a relationship, kind of. I was totally oblivious to all that. So when I found out and I brought this up, this woman said, I don't owe you anything. Fair enough. I was expecting a little loyalty, if nothing else, from friendship. Expecting a little loyalty and reciprocity because I was there for you in your time of need. I was expecting concern that I had just lost my mom and we had been friends. Maybe my expectations were a little too high from somebody that I called a friend at one point in time. Now I can say my expectations were definitely too high because you didn't have any of that. I was a little blinded. I have to take responsibility for my actions. Yeah. But you live and you learn. How about that? And, you know, I found out the cost of peace. I found out my true worth, not based on them, but based on the experience, knowing I deserve better. So I discovered my worth in the process. There's a lot of beauty and lessons to be learned by way of pain. You know, maybe I should learn to do the little Kim dance so the thing comes on a little smoother and with a little bit more humor. I want to say the most painful part of that entire process was the gaslighting and the narcissistic shift when the individual told me, you said it was well with your soul. So me saying that and making peace with my mother's death gave you permission to just fling crap like a gorilla in the zoo. And you did it with such accuracy that it made me think about all the stories that I've been told over the years about past relationships and how wrong the other individuals were. And, you know, the illumination that came to my brain that, sis, from me to you, and all the stories that you told on how people wronged you, the only thing consistent in those stories was you. You were the common denominator in all that pain that you say you endured. I know Many of these people didn't know one another. Now, the funny thing is, in my revelation about who you are, and I'm speaking directly to you because I know you lurk. My revelation in about who you are is that you're circling back because the two people that you were involved with while you were setting me up for the heartbreak and the heartache are people from your past. So you just allowed them time to get a life transfusion, and you got a new vampiric source. And you know what they call things that feed off of other things? There's two names that I can think of: Parasite and or vampire.